What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the San Antonio Spurs, who obviously are one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're 4-20, the worst team in the Western Conference. They did just snap an 18-game losing streak, though. I mean, they beat the Lakers of all teams, so shout out to them for that. But yeah, man, obviously this team's very young and they need a lot of help, so that's where I'm going to step in. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Alrighty, let's get started with our rotation breakdown. At the one, we got Trey Jones, not Jeremy Sohan. Let's just get that out the way, man. We're not doing that this video. I'm really not sure why the Spurs are trying to do that. You know, it's going to hinder Jeremy Sohan's development, and it's also going to hinder Victor Wembanyama's development. You know, he needs a real point guard to run the pick and roll with him, set him up for some easy buckets, and obviously Jeremy Sohan can't do that. So yeah, we're going to go with Trey Jones instead. Obviously not a great point guard, but he is a pass first one. I think he can help out in terms of facilitating. But anyways, TK doesn't have start today mode up just yet, which is still pretty crazy. I do have the real stats pulled up though. Trey Jones is averaging 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and also 1 steal. He's only shooting 28% from deep. That's a little bit concerning, you know. He's never really been a 3-point shooter, but either way, I don't really see him as our point guard of the future. You know, it's kind of just a placeholder until we eventually find our guy. So yeah, for right now, I guess he'll just have to do. Anyways, at the 2, we got Devin Vassell, who is 23 years old, 11th overall pick in 2020. He's looking really good this year, man. 9 points a game, also 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And he's shooting 37% from deep. We'll definitely take that. You know, he's able to create for himself a little bit. He can knock down a 3-point shot. He's a good defender as well. I kind of view him as like a young Chris Middleton, someone who probably would be like the second or third best player on a championship team, probably closer to third best. But either way though, I still do like him, and clearly the Spurs do too. They just signed him on a 1-year $146 million extension. That's a lot of money for Devin Vassell, man. I'm not sure if he's going to be safe for this entire video. I got to see how he progresses, you know, to see if he's worth that money. But yeah, I definitely do like him. Anyways, at the 3, we got Keldon Johnson, who is 24 years old, 29th overall pick in 2019. I mean, he's looked pretty good this season, you know, 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and also 1 steal. And he's also shooting 37% from deep, so that's good. With that being said though, I do kind of see him as the odd man out here in this group. You know, with Wemby at the 4 spot, I really do like the idea of having an oversized lineup, and obviously Keldon Johnson doesn't fit that. You know, he's 6'5" as a small forward / power forward. I think long term I would like to go with a guy like Jeremy Sohan instead, who I think is 6'8", and Keldon Johnson is a guy who should have some trade value in the open market, man. I mean, he's on a really good contract, 20 M's this season, and it is regressing as well, going all the way down to 17.5 M's in 3 years. So yeah, he doesn't really fit our oversized lineup. He's also on a very movable contract, so even though I do like him, he's definitely not safe for this video. Then in the 4, we got Victor Wembanyama, obviously the face of our franchise, 19 years old, first overall pick in this past year's draft. He's averaging 19 points a game this season, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and also 3 blocks. He's only shooting 28% from deep, but I think eventually that will go up, and I hope instead he'll also become more physical down low, because right now he's kind of getting bullied a little bit. That's definitely something he has to work on, and also another reason I want him at the 4 spot, you know, so that way he doesn't have to bang down low at the 5. But yeah, man, obviously he's a generational talent, 7'4", can handle the ball well. You guys already know he's going to be safe for this entire video. Speaking of the 5 spot, we got Zach Collins here, 26 years old, 10th overall pick in 2017. He's looked pretty good this year, 13 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and also 1 block. He is, however, only shooting 29% from deep, which is a big drop off compared to his previous year, so that does have to go up. But with that being said, the Spurs do like him. They just signed him on a 2-year $35 million extension. Honestly, I don't really see him as our center of the future. You know, if we're trying to win a championship, I think we will eventually have to upgrade him, but for right now, you know, he's a solid center who fits our timeline. I'm not mad at it. Anyways, taking a look at the bench now, we got Jeremy Sohan in the mix, 20 years old, 9th overall pick in 2022. Like I said earlier, for some reason the Spurs are trying to make him a point guard. I'm not sure what's up with that. I mean, I just don't think he has a passing vision. So yeah, the 3-4 I think is a much better fit. Anyway, Sohan is averaging 11 points a game this season, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and also 1 steal, and he's shooting 35% from deep, so that's a nice improvement. I think Jeremy Sohan gets a lot of hate because he is struggling. You know, he's playing outside of his position right now, so obviously he is going to struggle. Am I saying he's going to be safe for this entire video? Definitely not, but I haven't given up on him just yet. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, next up we got Malachi Branham off the bench, who is 20 years old, 20th overall pick in 2020. You know, he's averaging 9 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and also 1 steal, and he's shooting 31% from deep. Is he going to be this key contributor for us when we do win a championship? Probably not, but I think he's solid, man. I'm definitely not mad at having him around. Anyways, next up we got Devontae Graham in the mix, 28 years old, 2nd round pick in 2018. You know, he had that breakout year with the Hornets a couple seasons ago, but since then he's bounced around the league and his minutes are starting to decline. Honestly, I'm not really expecting a whole lot out of him, and he's also on a pretty decent sized contract, about 12 M's this season, a little over 12.5 the year after that. I could definitely see us using that as salary filler. We also got Cedi Osman in the mix, you know, another veteran guy, 28 years old, 75 overall. There definitely is value in having some experience on a younger team, so in that sense I do get his role. But with that being said, it's kind of like Devontae Graham. I'm not really expecting a whole lot in terms of actual production, so yeah, there's not a lot to say there. And the same goes to Doug McDermott, you know, 31 years old, 74 overall at this point. He is on an expiring contract just like Cedi Osman, so maybe I could trade him away, but honestly I wouldn't expect a whole lot. You know, maybe a 2nd round pick. I guess I would take that. Anyways, let's speed past some guys outside the rotation. We got Charles Bass, who unfortunately just got ruled out for the season with a torn ACL. That's super unfortunate, especially because we do need some center depth. Either way though, I'm guessing he will have a role on his team next season. Then we got another young player, Blake Wesley, 20 years old, 25th overall pick in 2022. He definitely struggled last season. There was actually an advanced stat that said he was the worst player in all of basketball. Obviously, he was a rookie, so you do got to cut him some slack. But yeah, man, only a 73 overall. He definitely has to show me something if he wants to crack the rotation. It's really as simple as that. Up next, we got Sandro Mamukelashvili, who was 24 years old, second round pick in 2021. It's pretty much the same thing, man. He's got to progress if he wants to carve out a role. You know, like I said, we do need some center depth, but he is only a 72 overall. He definitely has some work to do. And then finally, we got Julian Champagnie, who was 22 years old, an undrafted guy. Looked really good in Summer League, definitely is a bucket getter, but in 2K, he's only a 68 overall, so he's definitely not a part of my future plans. Speaking of future plans, though, let's take a look at our 3-year game plan, starting off in Season 1. Honestly, I just want to develop my youth. I know that sounds obvious, but it really isn't. You know, I don't want to have Jeremy Sohan at the 1, and I want to make sure we're using Victor Wembanyama properly. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. Denver Season 2, I definitely want to find my point guard of the future. It might be from the draft, it might be from free agency, from a trade, I'm not too sure, but we definitely got to do that. And Denver Season 3, per usual, buy if necessary. I'm not sure if we will be good by then, but if we are, definitely would be willing to make some trades. We'll just see what happens. Anyways, that's a look at our 3-year game plan. I know it does say we're 5-19, by the way. Hey man, 2K doesn't have start today mode working, so I did upload a scenario. This is the best one I could find. But anyways, man, let's get this simming. So we sit in the rest of the season and we won 25 and 57. Let's take a look at this here. Luka Doncic MVP. Do we have anything that concerns us? Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year. No surprise there. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Shot 33% from deep. Again, not the best, but I guess we'll take it. Anyways, do we have anything else that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams, though? Let's take a look at this here. Anything for the Spurs? We do have Victor Wembanyama All-Defensive First Team. That's really good to see. And then, of course, we also got our Rookie First Team. We'll take that, too. So, like I said, we won 25 and 57, the worst record in the NBA. We should get a really good pick, man, so that's good. Let's take a look at the stats now. Devin Vassell led the way for us. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Round up around here. And let's see, he shot 39% from deep. That's good. Then we got Keldon Johnson, 38%, and not a whole lot else, bro. We got like Devontae Graham, 35. Same for Julian Champagnie. And we also got JD Osman, 36%. So yeah, not a lot of 3-point shooting. We definitely got to improve on that. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of the stats. Keldon Johnson, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. We already saw Wemby's stats, but then Trey Jones back in the starting lineup for us. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And our main guy off the bench was Jeremy Sohan. You know, he finished with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's end the rest of these playoffs. So obviously this does not matter to me. Let's go ahead and send this entire thing here and just see how it plays out. As let's see, it is going to be, I think, the Lakers and the Bucks. Yeah, Lakers and the Bucks in the NBA Finals, and the Lakers win it all. LeBron James Finals MVP. Shout out to him. But now it's time for a moment of truth, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at the draft lottery, as we have our own pick, which is the 3rd best odds. It does say we got the 5th pick from the Hornets, but that one is actually top 14 protected, so we're obviously not going to keep it. But we also have the 12th best odds from the Raptors, and that one's only top 6 protected, so it should convey. Anyways, man, let's see what we get here. And we do get the top pick in the draft. Let's get it. Back-to-back years, man. That's insane. We'll definitely take it. But with that being said, our other 2 picks didn't convey. The Raptors, bro, all the way up to the 2nd pick. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, man, that's fine by me. I'll take the top pick. So now we're here at the NBA draft, and honestly, I feel like this is an easy pick. We're going to go with Alexander Sarr, 19 years old, a 7'1" center, and he's also from France, just like Victor Wembanyama. I mean, how can we pass that up? Having both of them in the backcourt would be super insane, man. They both have really good size. They're both mobile enough. They can space the floor as well and protect the rim. That's an easy pick. Alexander Sarr, welcome to the Spurs. And you know what, man? I'm not done yet. I'm trying to make a really big move on draft night. I'm trying to send Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Devontae Graham, a 2025 first-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick, in addition to a 2nd-rounder in this year's draft, to the Atlanta Hawks for Trey Young and Garrison Matthews. You know, obviously Atlanta got DeJounte Murray from us 2 years ago, and things really haven't worked out since then. I think eventually they are going to have to retool, and if that is the case, you kind of need to have your own first-round picks, you know? So these 2 first-rounders that we're giving them actually used to belong to them. They definitely would want those back. And you're also getting some good young players. I mean, Keldon Johnson, 24 years old, like I said, on a really good contract. I think that's a good addition. And they're also going to need some point guard play. So Trey Jones, 24 years old, that's a nice pickup as well. All things considered, man, I think it is a good return package for a team that, like I said, eventually is going to have to change things up. And then for us, man, I said I want to get my point guard of the future. I think Trey Young can be that guy for us. You know, obviously he's a really good passer. And like I said, I want someone who can run the pick and roll with Victor Wembanyama. Having Trey Young as that guy, man, that would be pretty insane. The big concern obviously is going to be his defense, but honestly, he's going to be around Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, Alexander Sarr. Like, he's going to have a lot of defenders to pick up the slack. I'm honestly not too worried about it. Now, I do want to say real quick, I don't think the Spurs will do this trade in real life. They've never really been the type of franchise to do a big move like this. But when I say these are realistic rebuilds, it doesn't mean what I think will happen. It's just if I were to GM, these are moves that I would do that still make sense for both me and the team that I'm trading with. So yeah, man, let's see if they will say yes to this deal. And they will. No negotiating necessary. Trey Young, welcome to the Spurs. Now Now we're here in free agency. I'm looking for a backup point guard. I'm going to try to get DeLon Wright. We need some experience. He's 32 years old, only asking for a veteran minimum. That sounds good to me, man. Done deal. And I think I want to get some more veterans off the bench, so I'm going to try to get Gordon Hayward. He's 34 years old, 79 overall. Probably will regress a little bit, but I still think he's solid, man. Let's try 5 M's, 1 year. Will he say yes to this? And he will. Great. Now we're here player progression, and man, we got a lot of green arrows here. Victor Wembanyama up 5 to an 89. Trae Young down 2 to an 87. That's a little bit surprising, but it does say 88 in the top left corner, so I guess I'm okay with it. I don't really know. Anyways, Devin Vassell up 4 to an 85. That's really good. Then we also got Jeremy Sohan up 4 to an 82. Then we got Zach Collins up 2 to an 80. Malachi Branham up 2 to a 78. Let's see. Gordon Hayward down 1 to a 77. That's fine. We got Charles Bassey up 2 to a 77. DeLon Wright down 1 to a 76. I mean, we brought in some older guys, so I definitely expected that. But what else do we got here, man? We got Blake Wesley up 2 to a 75. Garrison Matthews up 1 to a 71. And then we also got Sidi Sissoko up 2 to a 71. Let's see. Julian Champagnie up 1 to a 69. Then we got Charles Bediako up 2 to a 69. And that's it for us, man. So that's a look at the team, man. I think easily we are the biggest winners of the offseason. You know, we got the first overall pick, Alexander Sarr, and we also traded for Trae Young. That's a dub if you ask me, man. Let's move on to season 2, where honestly, I think we can make some noise in the playoffs. All right, man. So the team's looking like Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. Then on the bench, you got Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, Gordon Hayward, DeLon Wright, and also Charles Bassey. I feel really good about this team, man. Let's get this simming. Alright, man, so we went 49 and 33 this season. Obviously a step in the right direction. We'll definitely take that. Anyways, we got Luka Doncic MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Alexander Sarr, Rookie of the Year. That's good. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. And then what else do we got here? That's it for us. Okay. What about the All-NBA teams though? Let's take a look at this. Anything for the Spurs this time? We got Wemby making all defensive second team. That's good. And let's see. We also got Alexander Sarr, all rookie first team, of course. And it looks like that's it for us. So we're the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. That's really good to see. Let's take a look at the stats now. Trae Young led the way for us, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Let's see. He shot 44% from deep. That's really good. Then we got Victor Wembanyama, 36%, above league average, so that's good. Devin Vassell, 41%. That's really nice. And that's about it for us, man. So we still need some more 3-point shooting. We definitely got to get that next year. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of the stats, Wemby averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Then we got Devin Vassell, 18 points. That's pretty good. To go along with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. We already saw Alexander Sarr, but what about Jeremy Sohan? 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Not too bad. Anyways, man, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. So we're going up against the Portland Trailblazers in the first round. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matchup here. As let's see, they've got Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Matisse Thybulle, Robert Williams III, and also DeAndre Ayton. It's a pretty good team. I think that we are better, but just to be safe, let me shorten the rotation real quick. This looks good to me, man. I gave more minutes to the starters, not so much for the bench, and I did take Charles Bassey out of it because we got Collins as like our backup 4 or 5. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. Can we make it out of the first round against the Blazers? We lose game 1. That's not very good. It is 1-1. Good job there to bounce back. Down 2-1. Come on, bro. 3-1. Not like this, man. And we lose in 5 games. That's so tough. Was not expecting that. That's for sure. But it's the Hornets and the Mavs in the finals, and the Hornets win it all. Wow. LaMelo Ball, Finals MVP. Shout out to him. All right, man. So obviously I'm a little bit disappointed, you know, losing in the first round. But with that being said, just making it that far, I think was a big and realistic step for us. So I'm really not mad at it. But anyways, now we're here at the draft lottery. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. As we do have the second best odds in the Hornets. That actually is top 10 protected, so it's not going to convey. But we also have that Raptors pick, which is only top 6 protected in number 8. So maybe that'll convey. Let's go ahead and find out. As let's see, we do keep it. It's pick number 9, so that's good. Then we also have pick number 25 and also pick number 30. That's not too bad, man. Let's go to draft night and check it out. All right, man. So we're here at pick number 9, and I think I want to go with Jalil Bethia. You know, he's 19 years old, 6'5", good size in the backcourt. He's got an all-NBA ceiling, Drazen Petrovic, and he usually does pretty well in 2K Sim. So I think that's a good pickup, man. Jalil Bethia, welcome to the Spurs. Now we're here at pick number 25, and instead of using it, I think I do want to try to make a trade happen. I'm trying to send that pick and Julian Champagnie to the Brooklyn Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie. You know, the Nets are kind of in that gray area where they're just a decent team, but they're not really too good. So I think they would just take the first round pick. And then for us, man, I want to upgrade DeLon Wright, you know, our backup point guard. Spencer Dinwiddie will be pretty good. 12 points a game last season, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, and he also shot 36% from deep. You know, we really need some 3-point shooting, so that'd be good. I like this trade a lot, man. Let's see if they will say yes to it. And they will. Spencer Dinwiddie, welcome to the team. And at pick number 30, I guess I'm going to go with Scotty Middleton, 20 years old, a 6'7" small forward. Obviously, I don't know much about this draft class, but it seems like it should have gotten picked a while ago. All NBA ceiling, that sounds pretty good to me. Let's make that pick, man. Scotty Middleton, welcome to the Spurs. Now we're here in free agency, and honestly, the only thing I want is like a spark plug off the bench. So why not Tim Hardaway Jr.? He doesn't have any offers. He's 33 years old at this point. I'm sure he is going to regress, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it. You know, he's an 80 overall. If he drops down to like a 78, I think that still would be okay. So let's try to get this thing done. 5.75 M's 1 year. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. All right, man. So now we're here player progression, and we got a lot of green arrows once again. Victor Wembanyama up 4 to a 93 now. That's pretty crazy. Devin Vassell up 3 to an 88. He's been doing really well. Let's see. Then we got Trae Young up 1 to an 88. We got Jeremy Sohan only up 1 to an 83, but I guess I'll take that. Then we got Alexander Sarr up 3 to an 81. Zach Collins up 1 to an 81. Let's see. We also got Malachi Branham up 2 to an 80. Tim Hardaway Jr. He actually didn't regress, up 1 to an 80. We'll take that. Spencer Dinwiddie did go down 1 to a 79. That's totally fine. Then we got Charles Bassey up 1 to a 78. That's good. Blake Wesley up 2 to a 77. What else do we got here? Sadie Sissoko up 2 to a 73. And it looks like that's it for us. So I feel really good about this team. You know, we did lose in the first round last year, but let's move on to season 3, where honestly, I think we might be able to compete for a championship. Alrighty, so the team for year 3 is looking like Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. Then off the bench, we got Tim Hardaway Jr. Now we got Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, Spencer Dinwiddie, and also Charles Bassey. Let's not waste any more time, man. Let's into the trade deadline, where honestly, we might be buyers. I'm answering here to trade deadline, and we're 33-19, the second seed in the Western Conference. Obviously, I'm happy with that, but can we get better? That's the big question, so let me look around and see what's out there. I'm here's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to send Charles Bassey, Blake Wesley, and also Sadie Sissoko to the Chicago Bulls for Bobby Portis Jr. and also Joseph Tucker. The Bulls are one of the worst teams in the league, and they're also long overdue for a rebuild. You know, in this trade, you're getting Charles Bassey, 25 years old, a young center. Then you're getting Blake Wesley, a young guard, 22 years old, who I really don't need now that I got Jalil Bethia. And I mean, shoot, you're even getting a young wing in Sadie Sissoko, like 21 years old. That's a lot of young pieces, man. And for us, I think Bobby Portis Jr. would be a really nice pickup, because honestly, outside of Victor Wembanyama, we don't have a lot of floor spacing in our front court. You know, Alexander Sarr is still coming along. Zach Collins is also struggling, at least when it comes to three-point shooting, but that's not a problem for Bobby Portis Jr. I mean, he's shooting 38% from deep this season. We'll definitely take that. So will they say yes to this deal? And they will. Bobby Portis Jr., welcome to the team. And that's our squad, man. Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. Then on the bench, you got Tim Hardaway Jr., Bobby Portis Jr. now, Malachi Branham, Zach Collins, and also Spencer Dinwiddie. That's a really good team, and I definitely feel like we can compete for a championship. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to simming. I'm Ansu. I'm 53-29 this season. I definitely will take that. LaMelo Ball MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams, though? Let's take a look at this here. Victor Wembanyama, All-NBA third team. That's really good to see. And let's see, All-Defensive second team as well. Is that going to be it for us? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're the second seed in the Western Conference this time. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at the stats now. Victor Wembanyama led the way for us. 20 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Let's see. How do you shoot from deep? 42%, man. That's insane. Let's see. Then we got Trae Young, 40%. We also got Devin Vassell, 44. We also got Tim Hardaway Jr., 39%. Same for Bobby Portis Jr. I mean, we do have some more three-point shooting. We are a little bit top heavy, but still, man, I'll take it. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of the stats. Trae Young, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, and 1 steal. Then we got Devin Vassell, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Also a block. Can't forget about that. And Alexander Sarr, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. That's good. It looks like our man got the bench was Tim Hardaway Jr. Not too much of a surprise. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. But anyways, man, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run. Who are we going to face in the first round? It's going to be the Denver Nuggets. Okay, that is not very good for us. They still got Nikola Jokic. Yikes. They also got Jamal Murray, Klay Thompson now. That's interesting. Then they got Michael Porter Jr. and also Aaron Gordon. That's a really good team, man. I'm actually pretty scared here. So yeah, we're going to shorten the rotation for sure. Alrighty, so you guys know the deal. I gave more minutes to the starters, not so much to the bench, and I did take Zach Collins out of it, you know, because we got Bobby Portis Jr. as like a backup 4-5, so I feel pretty good about that. Is that enough to make it out of this thing? Let's go ahead and find out. This is gonna be tough, man, but we win game 1. That's good. Let's see, 1-1, that makes sense. 2-1 us. It is 3-1. Can we close this thing out? And we can. There we go. That's a really encouraging sign, man, because it was a good team. Anyways, now we're moving on to the second round, going up against the Golden State Warriors. Let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Steph Curry, VJ Edgecombe, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and also Usman Garuba. It's a good team, man. I think that we are better, but let's get into it. As we win game 1, let's see. It is 2-0 us, 3-0 us. Can we get the clean sweep here? And we can. There we go. So just like that, we're here in the conference finals, going up against the OKC Thunder. This is going to be tough, but let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and also Chet Holmgren. I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm not too optimistic with this, but let's get into it. As we lose game 1, it is 2-0 them, 3-0 them, and they get the clean sweep. Wow, that is, I didn't think we were going to lose that bad. I'm a little bit surprised by that. But anyways, it's the Pistons and the Thunder in the finals, and it looks like the Pistons win it all. Jason Tatum finals MVP. That's pretty weird to see, but shout out to him. I ain't gonna lie, man, it's been a while since we reached year 4 in a realistic rebuild, but I guess it does make sense. You know, this team does need a lot of help. Anyways, we do have pick number 26 in the draft. Nothing too crazy. Let's go check it out. All right, man, so I'm here pick number 26. Obviously, I don't know anything about this draft class. I'm just gonna go with the best guy on the board. That's Amon Noel. He's got Starberry All-NBA ceiling. We'll definitely take that. Although he also has Brandon Knight floor, which obviously isn't great, but we'll still take it, man. Amon Noel, welcome to the Spurs. All right, so apparently we have a team option on Trae Young here, which is 48.97 M's. I'm gonna decline that, man. Obviously, I do want to bring him back, but not for that much money. We're gonna have to negotiate that, and that was definitely a good call, man. Trae Young doesn't have any other offers. I'm gonna do 31 M's per year for the next 5 seasons. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. We also got to bring back Zach Collins, 6.5 M's per year for the next 3 years. Will he say yes to this? And he will. Cool. And last but not least, I'm gonna try to re-sign Tim Hardaway Jr. on a 1-year deal, 6.5 M's. Will he say yes to this? And he will. Great. Now we're here player progression. Victor Wembanyama up 2 to 95. Devin Vassell and Trae Young both staying put at an 88. I'm not too mad at that. That's probably where they're gonna cap out. Anyways, we got Alexander Sarr up 3 to 84. That's good. Then we got Jeremy Sohan up 1 to 84. Bobby Portis Jr. stay put. Malachi Branham up 2 to 82. And Tim Hardaway Jr. bro up 1 to 81. Even though he's 34 years old, that's crazy. What else we got here? Jalil Bethia up 3 to a 79. We definitely got to get him some playing time. And he's probably going to replace Spencer Dinwiddie, down 1 to a 78. What else we got here, man? Scotty Middleton up 4 to a 74. Shout out to him. And I guess that's it for us. So I still feel really good about this team, but obviously we are in year 4 at this point. We definitely got to win a championship, so let's get into it. All right, man. So the team for year 4 is looking like Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. Same starting 5, but I might move on from Jeremy Sohan at some point. I'm not too sure yet. He just seems like too much of an offensive liability, but we'll just see what happens. Anyways, off the bench, you got Bobby Portis Jr., Tim Hardaway Jr., Malachi Branham, Zach Collins, and also Jalil Bethia, who is going to replace Spencer Dinwiddie after all. I mean, I really like this team, man. I definitely think we can win a championship. So let's head into the trade deadline and see if we need to make any moves. Alright, man, so we're at the trade deadline and we're 38-13, the first seed in the Western Conference, but still, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look around for some trades, so let me see if there's anything out there. And you know what, I actually do want to make a trade here. I'm trying to send Malachi Branham and Spencer Dinwiddie to the Utah Jazz for Derek White. This team has a lot of guards, man. They got D'Angelo Russell, Keontae George, Quentin Grimes, also Jordan Poole in the mix, so I don't really think they need Derek White. I'm going to give them Malachi Branham, who actually can play small forward, and he's 23 years old, so he's a nice young player. And for us, man, I'm trying to get Derek White back. You know, obviously he began his career with us, and I think he might be the missing piece. You know, if I had to nitpick, I think we are missing some defense in the backcourt off the bench. Derek White definitely provides that, and he also is shooting 45% from deep. That's good too. This looks pretty good to me, man. Will they say yes to this? And they will. Derek White, welcome back to the team. And that's the team, man. We got Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. Then on the bench now, we got Derek White, Bobby Portis Jr., Tim Hardaway Jr., Zach Collins, and also Jalil Bethia. That's a really good team, man. Let's get back to simming. Talk to me, but talk to me nice. We went 64-18 this season, man. Talk about a big step. We'll definitely take that. Luka Doncic's MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, surprisingly, because apparently the Detroit Pistons 72-10. That's insane. We definitely got to watch out for them. Anyways, what about the All-NBA teams though? Let's take a look at this here. Victor Wembanyama, All-NBA third team. That makes sense. And he also got All-Defensive second team as well. Is that going to be it for us? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're the #1 seed in the Western Conference. You love to see it. Let's check out the stats now. Victor Wembanyama led the way for us, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Let's see, he shot 40% from deep. That's good. Then we got Trae Young, 42%. We got Devin Vassell, 37. We also got Derek White, 46. We got Jalil Bethia, 45. Wow. I mean, we definitely got shooters, man. Tim Hardaway Jr., 44%. Bobby Portis Jr., 36. Even Zach Collins, 38. I mean, bro, that's a big difference from year 1. That's for sure. Anyways, let's take a look at the rest of this here. Trae Young, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, and 1 steal. Then we got Devin Vassell, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. And Alexander Sarr, 15 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double to go along with 3 assists, 1 steal, and also 2 blocks. You love to see it, man. And what about Jalil Bethia? First year getting some PT for us, 9 points. That's pretty solid. He also averaged 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's get into this player front and try to finally win a championship. Who are we going to face in the first round? It's going to be the Sacramento Kings. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup. As they got De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Kelly Oubre Jr., Keegan Murray, and also Domantas Sabonis. It's a good team. I think that we are better, but let me shorten the rotation just to be safe. You guys know the deal, man. I gave more minutes to the starters, not so much for the bench, and I did take Zach Collins out of it. So let's get into this thing as we're going to take this game by game per usual. We do win game 1. Let's see. It is 1-1. Okay. 2-1. That's good. Let's see. 3-1. Can we close this thing out? And we can. There we go. Now we're moving on to the second round, going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Dyson Daniels, Jordan Hawkins, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and also Aaron Bradshaw. It's a good team, man, but I think that we are better. So let's get into it. As we win game one, let's see, 1-1. It is 2-1 them. 3-1, bro. Not like this. We are not going to do this, 2K. I got to shorten this thing some more here. This looks pretty good to me, man. I gave more minutes to the starters, and I did make it an 8-man rotation. Taking Jalil Bethy out of it because he is the young guy. So let's get into it. Can we win 3 straight games here? We do win that one. That's good. It is 3-3. Let's go Simcast. And if it is close, then we will jump into it. Let's see. It is a good start for us. We are up in the first quarter. We win the second quarter. Okay, so I feel pretty decent here, as yeah, we should pull away from this thing, and it looks like we will. Okay, hey man, the Pelicans gave us a scare, I'm not gonna lie. But now we're moving on to the conference finals, going up against the Thunder once again. Let's take a look at the matchup, as they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, now a 99 overall. It's insane. Then they got Shaedon Sharpe. I don't know how that happened. And they also got Ace Bailey, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. That team is so good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm not too optimistic here, but let's get into it. As they swept us last time, we already won a game, so that's progress. But anyways, 2-1 them. Let's see, 3-1. I already shortened the rotation. We do win that one. That's good. And we do lose, bro. Tough, man. As let's see, they do lose to the Pistons once again. Who did they have on their team, man? Jason Tatum, Finals MVP once again. But let's take a look at them real quick. So they got Jason Tatum, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey. Who is this guy? To John Salon? I don't even know. 5th overall pick in 2024, I guess. Then they got Isaiah Stewart, Kate Cunningham. I mean, this team is okay, bro. But I think OKC is better. I don't really know. Let's just keep it moving. Anyways, we got the 29th overall pick in the draft. Nothing too crazy. Let's check it out real quick. I mean, we're at the point where these are auto-generated guys. You know, Reed Webb, he's the best guy available. He's a 6'4 shooting guard, all-star ceiling. I guess we'll take that, man. Why not? All right, man. So in free agency, we got to re-sign Jeremy Sohan, 18 M's per year for the next 3 seasons. That sounds pretty good to me, and it sounds good to him too. There we go. And the Bulls are trying to sign Victor Wembanyama, 3 years, 143 M's. Obviously, we are going to match that. That's an easy choice. And you know what, man? Instead of re-signing Tim Hardaway Jr., who I think is like 34 at this point, I'm going to try to sign Dylan Brooks. I think we need some toughness off the bench. So let's try 1 year, 10 M's. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. All right, man. So now we're here, player progression. Victor Wembanyama up 1 to 96. We got Devin Vassell, Trae Young staying put at an 85. Again, I think that's where they're going to cap out, but that's fine. We got Alexander Sarr 30 and 87. Let's see. We got Derek White down 1 and 82. I'm not too mad at that. And we got Jalil Bethy, man, up 2 and 81. That's good. Let's see. Dylan Brooks down 1 and 81. And Mod Noel up 3 to 73. That's cool. I think that's it for us, man. Once again, I do like this team a lot. That being said, season 5, that's insane. We definitely got to win this championship, because I'm sure this video is already a long one. All right, man. So the team is looking like Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, and also Alexander Sarr. I'm still not too sure about Jeremy Sohan. You know, I might trade him at some point. I just haven't been able to find something that makes sense, but when I do, I definitely would be willing to make a move. Anyways, off the bench, you got Derek White, Bobby Portis Jr., Dylan Brooks, Jalil Bethy, and also Zach Collins. It's a good team, man. There's no doubt about that, but can we get over the hump this year? I really hope so. Let's get the simming and find out. Alright, man, so we're here to trade deadline, and we're 40 and 10, the second seed in the Western Conference. Let's look around and see if there's any trades we can do. And honestly, man, I know it's going to seem like I'm being lazy, but I really just haven't been able to find a trade that makes sense for us. You know, Jeremy Sohan is someone who I think I would like to move on from, but with that being said, I mean, he's having a pretty good season. He's got a career high in rebounds, and he also has a career high in 3-point percentage. You know, 34%, that's only a little bit below league average, and he's obviously also a really good defender as well. Don't get me wrong, I definitely did look around for some upgrades, like Lauri Markkanen was one of them, but it was tough to make the money match, and also we're going to have to pay Alexander Sarr pretty soon. So 35.5 M's, man, that's a little bit too much for me. Then I thought about a guy like RJ Barrett, you know, making 32 M's this season. That's a little bit more doable, but honestly, that trade just didn't make sense for the Knicks, so I didn't want to do that either. I'm not even lying, man. I've been looking around for like 30 minutes probably. I just couldn't find something that made sense, so you know what? I'm just going to stay put. I don't want to force it. So let's get back to simming, and hopefully we're good enough to win a championship. Alright, man, so I guess I made the right choice. We went 66 and 16 this season. We'll definitely take that. Luka Doncic MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? Yes, we do. We got Coach of the Year, Chauncey Billups, apparently. I'm not sure when Pop retired, but I'm guessing it was a while ago. And it looks like we also got Executive of the Year, so that's cool. What about the All-NBA teams, though? Let's take a look at this here. As we got Victor Wembanyama, All-NBA second team, which I'm pretty sure is the best he's ever done, or at least tied for it. But anyways, they also got All-Defensive first team. And is that going to be it for us? No, it's not. Alexander Sarr, All-Defensive second team. That's good. And I think that is it for us. Yeah, okay. So it looks like we did finish as the first seed in the Western Conference. That's really good. Let's take a look at the stats now. Victor Wembanyama, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. And let's see, he shot 42% from deep. That's really good. Then we got Trae Young, 39%. We got Devin Vassell, 42. What else do we got here? We got Jalil Bethia, 47%. Derek White, 42%. We got some 3-point shooters, man. Zach Collins, 44%. Dylan Brooks, 47. You love to see it. Anyways, we got Trae Young, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Then we got Devin Vassell, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. It's pretty balanced, man. Like Alexander Sarr, 17 points to go along with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And Jeremy Sohan looked pretty good too. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Anyways, man, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. Let's try to win this championship. Who are we going to face in the first round? It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup. As they got John Morant, Ding Patel, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., and also Donovan Clingan. It's a good team, man, but I think that we are better. As let's see, do I have to shorten the rotation? We win game 1. Yeah, they tied it up. Let's not even mess around with it, man. Let's shorten this rotation. All right, man, you guys know the deal with this one. I gave more minutes to the starters, and I did take Zach Collins out of it. So let's get into this thing. Tied up 1-1. We are up 2-1. That's good. Let's see, 2-2. Come on, bro. 3-2 us. Please no game 7. And we got a game 7. Bro, if we lose in the first round, I'm going to be so upset. As maybe I should have shortened the rotation even more. Honestly, that probably would have been the smart thing. But anyways, it looks like we're pretty good right now though. As yeah, we're gonna win this thing pretty easily. Bro, I would have been so mad if we lost in that first round. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying to remember, have we ever gotten to season 6 in a realistic rebuild? I don't really think so. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that today. But anyways, we're on to the second round, going up against the Houston Rockets. Let's take a look at the matchup. They got Lonzo Ball, Josh Giddey, Ron Holland, Keegan Murray, and also Alperen Sengun. And I guess Jabari Smith Jr. coming off the bench. I don't really know. It's a good team, man, but I think that we are better. So let's get into it. As we win game 1, let's see, it is 2-0 us. 3-0 us, and there we go, man. We get the clean sweep. Now we're moving on to the conference finals, and we're not going up against the OKC Thunder. Wow, they lost to the Dallas Mavericks, man. That's good for us. Anyways, let's take a look at the matchup. They got Luka Doncic, AJ Griffin, then they got Bilal Coulibaly, Grant Williams, and also Derek Lively. It's a good team, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. As let's see, we win game 1. That's good. It is 1-1. Okay, 2-1 us. Please go 3-1 here. There we go. Can we get the gentleman sweep? And we can. There we go. Hey, man, it took 5 years, but we're in the NBA Finals going up against the Hornets. Let's take a look at the matchup. They got Scoot Henderson, LaMelo Ball, Cam Whitmore, John Collins, and also Mark Williams. It's a good team, man, but I think that it is beatable. As hopefully I'm not jinxing it. But we win game 1. That's good. 1-1 now. 2-1 us. Let's see, 3-1. Can we close this thing out? And we can. There we go, man. The San Antonio Spurs have finally done it, winning a championship in year 5. Victor Wembanyama Finals MVP, 26 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. 50-40-90, man. Shout out to him. And it looks like Wemby led the way in the closeout game, 26 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and also 1 block. That's a really good stat line, man. Then we got Devin Vassell, 23 points. Alexander Sarr, 18 and 15. Shout out to him. So Vic stepped it up in the playoffs, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And he shot 42% from deep. That's really good. Then we got Devin Vassell, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Shot 46% from deep. And Trae Young looked really good too. 20 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists, and 1 steal. Shot 48% from deep, man. Shout out to him. Alright, man, so I know it took us a while to win a championship, but with that being said, it's still a young team. Like Wemby's 24 years old. We got Alexander Sarr, 23, Jeremy Sohan, 25, Jalil Bethia, 22. I mean, this team is set up for the future, man. No doubt about it. Do I wish I would have won a championship a little bit sooner? Of course I do, but I'm still happy with how it came out. Anyways, man, that's going to do it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.